The year was 1947. The world was in a state of flux, still reeling from the aftermath of World War II. Nations were rebuilding, and the dawn of the atomic age had brought both hope and fear. It was a time of great change and uncertainty. The world, still recovering from the wounds of war, looked to the skies with a mixture of hope and trepidation. The skies, once a symbol of freedom and exploration, now held the potential for both wonder and destruction. People gazed upwards, dreaming of new possibilities while fearing the unknown. In a remote corner of the New Mexico desert, whispers of a strange event began to circulate, carried on the hot desert wind. The desert, with its vast empty expanses and eerie silence, seemed the perfect backdrop for a mystery. It was a place where secrets could be hidden, and where the line between reality and legend often blurred. Something had fallen from the heavens near the quiet town of Roswell. The townsfolk, accustomed to the mundane rhythms of rural life, were suddenly thrust into the center of a cosmic enigma. What was this object that had descended from the stars? Was it a meteor, a piece of space debris, or something far more mysterious? Rancher Mac Brazel, tending to his sheep on the vast Foster Ranch, stumbled upon something extraordinary. As he went about his daily routine, he couldn't have imagined that he was about to become a key figure in one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. Scattered across a desolate patch of land lay a perplexing array of debris, pieces of material that seemed out of place in the rugged desert landscape. They were unlike anything Brazel had ever encountered in his years of ranching. Metallic fragments, strange symbols, and materials unlike anything Brazel had ever seen hinted at a mystery beyond human understanding. The fragments were light yet incredibly strong, and the symbols etched into them were of an unknown origin. It was as if they had come from another world. The debris field stretched across hundreds of feet, a silent testament to an event that would soon capture the world's imagination. The sheer scale of the debris suggested that whatever had crashed was not a small object. It was something significant, something that had left a mark on the earth and on the minds of those who discovered it. What had fallen from the sky? The question echoed through the small town and beyond. Speculations ran wild, from the plausible to the fantastical. Was it a natural phenomenon, a man-made object, or something extraterrestrial? Was it a downed aircraft, a secret weapon, or something far stranger? The military quickly became involved, adding to the air of mystery and suspicion. Their swift actions and tight-lipped responses only fueled the fire of speculation. The answer, shrouded in secrecy and speculation, continues to fascinate and divide us to this day. The Roswell incident has become a cornerstone of UFO lore, a symbol of the human desire to understand the unknown. It reminds us that, even in our age of technology and information, there are still mysteries that elude us, waiting to be uncovered. Mac Brazel, a weathered man of the land, knew the desert like the back of his hand. He had spent countless days and nights navigating its vast, arid expanses, tending to his livestock and ensuring their safety. The desert was his home, his livelihood, and he was intimately familiar with every inch of it. So when he stumbled upon something unusual one fateful day in July 1947, he knew immediately that it was out of the ordinary. He recognized the unusual nature of the debris immediately. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before. The pieces were scattered across the ground, glinting in the harsh sunlight, and they seemed to be made of a material that was both lightweight and incredibly strong. This was no weather balloon or stray aircraft. The fragments were too peculiar, too otherworldly. They didn't match any known technology or material that Brazel was aware of. He had seen weather balloons before, and this was something entirely different. The materials were too lightweight, too resilient, and defied any logical explanation. They had an almost ethereal quality, shimmering with an unexplained sheen that caught the light in a way that was both mesmerizing and unsettling. Brazel couldn't help but wonder where they had come from and what they were made of. He gathered some of the strange fragments, his mind racing with questions. What could have caused such a mysterious wreckage? Was it a secret military experiment gone wrong, or something even more extraordinary? The possibilities seemed endless, and the more he thought about it, the more intrigued he became. Driven by a sense of duty, Brazel decided to report his discovery. He knew that whatever this was, it was important, and it needed to be brought to the attention of the authorities. With a determined stride, he made his way back to his truck, the fragments clutched tightly in his hands. He drove into town, the weight of his secret heavy in the air. The journey seemed longer than usual, his mind preoccupied with the strange events of the day. As he approached the small town of Roswell, he couldn't shake the feeling that his life was about to change forever. News of the flying disc spread like wildfire. The townspeople were abuzz with excitement and curiosity, eager to learn more about the mysterious discovery. Conversations filled the air and speculation ran rampant as everyone tried to piece together the puzzle of what had happened. The local newspaper, the Roswell Daily Record, eager for a sensational story, splashed the news across its front page. Headlines screamed of a flying disc found in the desert, capturing the imagination of readers far and wide. The story quickly gained traction, and soon it was the talk of the nation. The world held its breath. People from all walks of life tuned into their radios, eager to hear the latest updates. The idea that something otherworldly might have crashed in the New Mexico desert was both thrilling and terrifying, and it captured the collective imagination like nothing before. Had something truly extraordinary happened in the New Mexico desert? The question lingered in the air, unanswered and tantalizing. The desert, with its vast, empty expanse, seemed to hold its secrets close, refusing to give up its mysteries easily. Or was this just the start of a story spun from speculation and shadows? As night fell over the desert, the questions remained, and the mystery deepened. The truth, whatever it was, seemed just out of reach, hidden in the shadows of the unknown. The military, alerted to the unusual activity, descended upon Roswell with an almost frantic urgency. Soldiers swarmed the crash site, sealing it off from public view. The debris, carefully collected and loaded onto military trucks, vanished into the night. A press release issued by the Roswell Army Airfield sent shockwaves across the globe. They had recovered a flying disc, confirming the wildest speculations. The story dominated headlines, fueling imaginations and sparking a firestorm of public interest. However, the official narrative quickly changed. The following day, a new statement was issued. The debris, they now claimed, belonged to a downed weather balloon. The previous announcement, they insisted, was a mistake. The world, left bewildered by the sudden reversal, struggled to reconcile the conflicting accounts. Section 4, Shadows of Doubt. The Roswell Incident Under Scrutiny. The official explanation, riddled with inconsistencies and shrouded in secrecy, did little to quell the growing skepticism. Questions lingered. Why the initial confirmation of a flying disc? Why the sudden change in the narrative? The Roswell incident became a lightning rod for suspicion and distrust. Many believed the government was concealing the truth, covering up the existence of extraterrestrial life. The seeds of conspiracy were sown, taking root in the fertile ground of unanswered questions. The incident, initially dismissed by many as a case of mass hysteria, refused to fade from public consciousness. It became a cultural phenomenon, fueling countless books, documentaries, and fictional accounts. The world, captivated by the mystery, demanded answers. Section 5. Witnesses in the Shadows, Tales from the Ranch. Over the years, numerous individuals came forward claiming to have first-hand knowledge of the Roswell incident. These individuals ranged from local townspeople to military personnel, each bringing their own unique perspective and piece of the puzzle. Their stories, though varied, all pointed to something extraordinary happening in the quiet town of Roswell. Their accounts, often conflicting and shrouded in the mists of time, painted a picture of a massive cover-up. Some spoke of strange lights in the sky, while others described unusual debris scattered across the ranch. The lack of concrete evidence only added to the intrigue, leaving many to wonder what really happened that fateful night. Military personnel stationed at Roswell in 1947 spoke of strange materials, whispered conversations, and orders to remain silent. These soldiers, bound by duty and secrecy, hinted at the discovery of something beyond human comprehension. Their testimonies, though often vague, suggested that the military was hiding something of great significance. Local townspeople recounted tales of unusual military activity, hushed-up funerals, and threats from men in black suits. These men, often described as government agents, were said to intimidate and silence those who dared to speak out. The presence of these mysterious figures only deepened the sense of fear and uncertainty that gripped the community. One of the most compelling accounts came from a mortician's assistant, who claimed to have handled the bodies of non-human entities recovered from the crash site. His detailed descriptions of their anatomy, including their small stature, large heads, and unusual skin, provided a chilling glimpse into what might have been extraterrestrial beings. This account, more than any other, captured the imagination of the public and fueled speculation about an alien encounter. His descriptions of their small stature, large heads, and unusual skin further fueled speculation about an extraterrestrial origin. The mortician's assistant's story was corroborated by others who claimed to have seen the bodies or heard about them from reliable sources. These corroborations, though not definitive proof, added weight to the theory that something otherworldly had indeed crashed in Roswell. While many of these accounts have been disputed or lack concrete evidence, they continue to fuel the debate surrounding Roswell. Public interest in the incident has never waned, with countless books, documentaries, and articles exploring the various theories and testimonies. The lack of definitive answers has only served to keep the mystery alive, inviting new generations to question and investigate. The whispers of witnesses, echoing through the decades, keep the mystery alive. Each new account, whether from a seasoned investigator or a curious local, adds another layer to the enigmatic tale of Roswell. As long as there are questions left unanswered, the story of the Roswell incident will continue to captivate and intrigue those who seek the truth.